Peace, 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 fam. This is Chocolate AMUN-RA, and it's all about the message. But before we get into the message, let's pay all due respects to the Creator. That is one of the most important thing. The sun rises. Good afternoon. On. I want to say thank you. I know some of y'all saying why there was all these hand movements and stuff like that. Listen, if you do your research, you understand. You think the Egyptians and the Africans didn't have hand movements, hand signals, and each movement is a representation. You got the pyramid. You understand that? You got the pyramids. It tells you mathematics and certain quotes and how to use your hands. All a hand is a representation used in ancient times. That's all it is. Just like today when you do something like this. We call it dab, cool, how you doing, so forth and so forth. So you don't think they use none of these hand gestures in ancient Egypt. And because you didn't see it before, so you sit up there and you start getting all spooky about it. And quite frankly, you don't need to do all that. Do your research. I put some of this stuff on my post. You see the symbols of the symbols of the pyramids, the Sphinx. Come on, I got to understand that. Instead of you sitting there getting all spooky, you know, what is he into? Let's find out what's he into. I'm a little nervous. A lot of y'all do things like that because you're not used to it. You're not used to things that is so old. I mean, old, but it's the origin, huh? The origin. Who's the origin? The black Nubian man, the black Nubian woman. Who is the God on this earth? You don't believe that you're a God? You don't believe that you're a God. God, the word G-O-D, is a title. Read the word God. Understand its definition. You understand? The word G-O-D is a title. God. The word king is a title. Understand the word king. It means the one. The queen means the one. They rule, right, over the heavenly bodies. This is your body. This is your body that you're supposed to be ruling. This is your body that you're supposed to rule. This is your body you're supposed to take care of. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is, when people thought they was decoding the metanetta or any African language or writings, they could put whatever letter or vowels in it to change the whole concept. Literally. And in some of my DVDs, it tells you this. And Dr. Ben tells you this. These new DVDs that I got out, that I'm going to show you in our classes. Yeah, understand that. Dr. Ben on religion. Oh, one of my great scholars that I like personally, Sarah Sudi. I got a lot of his DVDs. I watch a lot of his work. I don't care. Some people are like, oh, whatever little quirks you got about any one of these scholars, that's your problem. Learn from them, though, because each one teach one. Each one teach one. Understand that. Let's read that. Conquering by religion, the rape of African spirituality. Huh? Rape means they took it. They took our language. They took our religion or spirituality, if you will, because religion is bound. They took the symbols and they used it for their own purpose, if you will. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, that's all you talk about. No, I don't talk about that. We talk about my brothers and sisters being jailed. Huh? I talk about it. The new Jim Crow mass incarceration. I showed you in my last video. We're going to discuss this. And some of y'all going to be too sensitive. And some of y'all going to sit there and go, oh, I don't really like that. Oh, I mean, listen here. I have a lot of people who literally do that. You know what I'm saying? One of these DVDs, they're going to get too defensive about it. They literally get defensive. Psychoacademic Holocaust by Dr. Omar Johnson, one of the great. He's a doctor literally for psychological. A lot of these young children that has a problem, and all they want to do is give the kids some pills to relax their mind. Huh? Let's stop playing games. Let's stop this. We need to discuss this. Information is out there. Oh, I just want to take a pill and I'm going to feel good. That's not what it's about. Huh? Want to talk about food? Let's talk about food. Let's talk about food. Hold on for a second. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about food. Are you eating right? Are you getting overweight? Huh? You know how people are. Oh, he's talking about I'm overweight. Certain topics, people get defensive. Stop getting defensive over certain topics. Food, are you getting overweight? We eating foods that we shouldn't be eating? Come on. You show them different topics, and all of a sudden, our own peoples turn against us. Our own peoples literally turn against us because now they think like the world. They act like the world. They are the world. This is real. You talk about a certain topic, and all of a sudden, oh, he's being a racist. He's being defiant. But they don't want to teach their children. They don't want to teach their families. They don't want to teach their communities. They don't want to teach nobody nothing. Just throw them out there in the street, throw them out there in the community, or wherever they are, and they got to defend for themselves. Not in my house. Not in my house. All these kids, mass incarceration. They in jail by the thousands. By the thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Hundreds of thousands. Huh? They build jails to put our peoples in. They build jails in there so they can make money off of us. This is the new slavery. They build them. And the same people who they're being sensitive to putting up videos that let you get your education in your mind and in your spirit to realize what these things is happening to our people. Oh, you fine? You cool with that? It could be somebody in your family. Think about it. Huh? Oh, I don't know if anyone of y'all seen Sankofa. Sankofa? It's a very good movie. I'm going to give you a little taste of it. Explain just a little bit to get your interest. Get your interest involved. Sankofa is about a woman who is a model in modern times. If and only if some of y'all watch this. This is only for the people who didn't watch it. She was a model, okay? And some people could just forget about who they are, where they come from, what is their heritage. But if you're at the right place, at the right time, guess what? You can go visit your ancestors, or they come for you. I'm going to leave it like that. Watch this movie, and you will go through it and feel what they felt, and watch it transform you. What you see here is not about religion. This is not about religion. This is spirituality. That's what you see. This is all you see from me, is a spirituality concept that I began to study in the Kemetic system, which you call Egypt. Which Egypt is the white European term. Who created it was the Greeks. The Kemetic or Kush is African, even though we know African is not an African name. It was called Ethiopia. That was one of the names it was called Ethiopia, because African is really named after a Roman general, Africanus. So history is very, very complex. Religion, very, very complex. Pay attention. So that's why you need to cross-reference, get different books from different scholars. Don't just go with one. You see, I showed you John Henry Clark, then I showed you Dr. Ben Jehoshaphat. I also showed you Dr. Omar Johnson, right? Bobby Hemming. These are different scholars. And then I told you to go to the new generation, Sovereign Student SETI. They got many, many more. I even told you in the last video to watch 101 Black News, House of Consciousness, Baba TV. Now, Baba TV is 101, 102 News, Sarnetta, House of Consciousness. You got Polite to have his own program. His own program basically is the New Covenant. You know what I'm saying? Then you got a young phenom. His name is Young Pharaoh. He have his own channel. Listen, these guys is dropping it. They dropping it. You got Sankofa. He's on Baba TV. You got Blue Pill, Red Pill. And you got a lot of people. A lot of times they'll say things like, oh, a lot of these people ain't real, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? I don't believe in all that kind of stuff. I believe in the message gets out. And as long as each one teach one. That's what I believe. You can have your own opinion. You can say what you want. The minute you pick up a book and you begin to read and study, you become who you're going to become. That's what I believe. And the Creator allowed you to be able to communicate with your ancestors and be able to let you flow, allow your mind to open up in different avenues. Use your third eye, use the chi that you possess, and your frequency, let it flow on a natural flow, and that's what you need. And what this does, it helps you become a better human being. You'll be able to understand more. You'll be able to see people for really. You're seeing people now with the natural eye. You see them in the spiritual eye. You'll be able to identify their motives and how they are, and their frequencies. And their frequencies is low. The frequencies is high. You understand? Don't be afraid of who you are. Understand your heritage. I'm not saying I'm from Egypt. No. I am saying I am from Africa. What part? Now, until I do the DNA test, until I get that done and find out who I am. But remember this clearly. Every person on this planet comes from the origin of Africa. You're going to have people say, I'm not African. You're going to have people say, I'm nowhere near African. Now, the thing about that is this. You don't have the proper information to be able to identify that. With scientists now states everybody's from Africa. So I am Chocolate AMUN-RA, and I want to say this. We're going to get this school done. It's coming.